Aloha. So I'm gonna present you my chart, and it's gonna show you a bit of the reason why I'm not necessarily attacking the Scorpio, but I'm making it a subject of a matter here we have to bring up to the light. So I was born with the Sun in Leo and Jupiter in Aquarius. That opposition here by my midheaven and Imam Kweli makes these two planets a dominating part of my chart. And as though that axis of force is going on here, it squares the Scorpio. So the Scorpio is T square to my Jupiter and Sun. So is the Taurus, but what I'm talking about here is a long generation of 42 years of people born with planets in Scorpio. Except for me and a bunch of small periods throughout mostly the early 70s where there was no planet in Scorpio, and we are few, very few in this big wide 42-year generation. But I'm not that hard on the Scorpio because I do have the moon in Cancer, which makes a trine with the Scorpio, and also my Mercury in Cancer goes well communicating with Scorpio, and the ruler of my ascendant is Venus. So as Venus rules most of my chart, it makes a sextile with Scorpio, which is not that harsh. But pointing out to my ascendant in Libra, at the very end of Libra, makes most of my first house Scorpio. So where I go fort with my boat, where I go and hit head first into this world, I have to confront the Scorpio. So they don't like that so much to see me coming. But that's where I was born. That's all I can do. So that's a bit why I discovered the Scorpio generation, and I'm pointing it out to you, to this whole world. Thank you for watching. J'ai de la pluie qui va sur l'ordinateur aussi. Je vais mettre un papier. Arrêtez mon vidéo. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, I'm going to show you what happened for about 42 years. So people that are around between 26 years old and 68 years old or so in this year of 2022, well, most likely you got some planets in Scorpio. And I'm gonna denounce you and show the world who you are. Not who you are, but a whole lot of views. It's a little too far. So, you guys started. This happens that my father-in-law was born on that year, that month I should say. So in October of 1953, we have Mercury here. Mercury is around the Sun every year, all the time. Mercury and Venus, they're close to the Sun, and every Every October 23rd, 24th, there's the Scorpio season when the sun goes through Scorpio, but that year Mercury was ahead of the sun and it entered on the 5th of October. No big deal, Mercury in Scorpio. It's a bunch of nasty words, but not alone. Saturn got into Scorpio just about the same time as the sun did. So Saturn followed up on Mercury, so let's write it down. October 5th. October 5th, 1953. Mercury started the Scorpio generation with twisted tongue. And then Saturn brought the seriousness, precision, and how to deal with drugs and hardship. But as Saturn entered with the sun, it had a full forward momentum, not about to retrograde until February, and it was all the way up to 9 degrees already in Scorpio, and retrograded down to 2 degrees Scorpio. So it didn't get out of Scorpio. It kept on going. So it goes through a sign every 2.5 years, Saturn, and it didn't retrograde back out into Libra. So it keeps on going. Tick, 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 tick. Saturn is slow, but it's definitely not the slowest planet. We'll see that later on. So 56. Oop, went a little too fast. So, oop, no. We have Neptune into Scorpio now. Before Saturn got out, went into Sagittarius. So Neptune is in Scorpio, but retrogrades, a very quick dip into Scorpio, back into Libra here. So on March 13th, 1956, March 13th, 1956, first break from that Scorpio generation. How long is that gonna last? So let's count how many moons we have. 1. What are planets in Scorpio? We have 2. Oh, Scorpio. So we have 2 moons in Scorpio because Saturn retrograded back into Scorpio here on May 14th. May 14th, 1956. There were 2 moons in Scorpio in between. And Saturn is in Scorpio. And so is Neptune. Hold on. Okay. See here, there's a little grace. But we're in October during the Scorpio season. So between October 11th to October 19th. October 11th to the 19th. 1956. There was a 9-day grace here. Alright, and then we saw Neptune getting into Scorpio, and so is the Sun. And is Neptune seriously gonna stay in Scorpio? Retrograding back into Libra for a second time. It did. No other planets in Scorpio other than the North Node in Scorpio. That was June 17th. June 17th, 1957. But we have the North Node in Scorpio. That counts. For how long? How many moons do we have till the next invasion? No more on that month. There's one. Neptune goes direct. Two moons. Might be a day in here without it. 2 moons till August 5th. August 5th. August 5th, 1957. 2 moons till Neptune get back into Scorpio. Neptune lasts through a sign for about 14 years, but we saw it retrograded back out twice. It really wasn't sure about the scorpionic mood of self-destruction as the main religion, the illusions of drugs. So the late 50s were flooded with Neptune and Scorpio, and so were all of the 60s. Every single one of the human beings born in the 1960s had Neptune in Scorpio. Even up to the last days. Up to the last days. In 1970, there was Jupiter dipping into Scorpio for a little quickie. Happy Jupiter, having fun in Scorpio. So on May 1st, May 1, as Joe Biden says, May 1st for everybody else. May 1st, 1970. Wow, it was a good 13 years without a break. Here we have a break. See, for what? 2 days? Because on 3rd, May 3rd, 1970, Neptune went back into Scorpio. Couldn't help himself. fall right back into the pit. So there was that 1970 break. The year 1970. Oop. October is the sun in Scorpio at the end of October. Up to here, still the sun in Scorpio, and we have Venus in Scorpio here. She's got it! Venus up to here, and Mars, kind of a ruler of Scorpio, up to here. So January 24th, 1971. January 24th. January 24th, 1971. Good thing we had the early 70s. So, no more moon in Scorpio in that month. There's one here. February. Two, 3, 4, 5, 4 is the fifth one. Has Jupiter getting back into Scorpio. There were 4 moons. I see 3 or 4. Anyway, on June 6th, June 6th, 1971. 4 moons, 3 or 4. You can count them. Alright, we got Jupiter back into Scorpio, retrograding. Back out in September. September 12th. Woo! Good thing it wasn't the day before. Could have been banned. September 12th, 1971. Another break from Scorpio. Got one moon here. And that's it, because we got Venus here on October 11th. October 11th, 1971. One moon. Okay, so the season in Scorpio, Venus got in there first. Whoa, way too fast. November, so these guys are out of Scorpio. So November 23rd, we don't have any more Scorpio. November 23rd, November 23rd, 1971. No more moon this month. One here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mercury gets in here too. Let's say 11. October 8th. October 8th, 1972. 11 moons. Long period. Good break. So now we got the sun in Scorpio at the end of October. Mars, Venus. So Mars up to last day of December of 1972, but the moon is in Scorpio. So 1973, the best year ever. Start the year with grace from the Scorpio. Not a single hair of hatred. January 1st, 1973. How many moons gonna find on that month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ding! I was born. 8, 9. Then we got Venus getting her yoni into Scorpio. Got 9 moons up to September 13th. Two days after, 1973, 9 moons, an S. It's a good period. And now we have Venus in there. She gets out early, but Mercury follows, extending the Scorpio season, going retrograde and direct up to here. So December 9th, 1973. December 9th, 1973. We get 1 moon in Scorpio. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Oop, I found that one. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 11 moons. You got Mercury getting into Scorpio here. So 11 moons up to September 28th. September 28th, 1974. You got 11 moons. That's another good break. Now Mercury going retrograde again like the year before in Scorpio. So you get Uranus here getting into Scorpio just as the Sun is exiting Scorpio. Uranus in for a little bit before it retrogrades, or after it retrogrades, before it retrogrades, while it retrogrades. Right here, May 2nd. May 2nd, 1975. May 2nd, 1975. We got another break. Uranus got back out. Not mine, yours. Uranus. There's one moon in Scorpio. 2. 3. Uranus goes direct. 4. 5th moon goes with Uranus. So let's say 4 moons up to September 8th. September 8th, 1975. How many moons I say? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 moons. What a bad moon. This moon in Scorpio anyway. So, Uranus is back into Scorpio. Uranus usually travels through a sign in 7 years. It doesn't retrograde back out, does it? No, when direct at 3 degrees a year after. So fast forward, the late 70s were not as sweet as the early 70s. Up to too far here. Right here. Uranus got into Sagittarius on February 17th, 1981. February 17th, 1981. Alright. So we get a little break from the Scorpio. Uranus had enough excitement, enough fashion, enough ideas of how to self-destruct. Genius ideas. It ended on March 21st. Was there any moon? There was one moon, March 21st. Nineteen 1981. One moon. Alright, so we have Uranus is back into Scorpio for that summer, 1981. It goes direct. Still going forward in Scorpio. Okay, gets out here. Oh, we got Mercury here in November up to here. And now we have Jupiter. Just before Mercury got out, Jupiter got in at end of November 81. Jupiter brings some sweet fun. The love of Satanism goes retrograde here. A whole lot of mistakes is what Jupiter in Scorpio does. A whole lot. Didn't even get out once he went direct. Didn't even want to get out of Scorpio to get back into Libra. Not a chance. It stayed there. Keep 1982 evil. So here we have even we have Saturn here. There's Jupiter. Ooh. See, before Jupiter got out, Saturn was into Scorpio, bringing a tone of seriousness. So the people born in the beginning of that big generation, they're now having their Saturn return. Saturn is in there, goes retrograde, but doesn't go very far into Scorpio before retrogrades. Goes back into Libra on May. No more Scorpio. Back in Libra on May 7th, 1983. May 7th, 1983. We get a break. One moon in Scorpio. Two moons. Three. 4. That's it. 4 moon till August 24th. August 24th, 1983. You got 4 moons. 4 moons in Scorpio. And as 1983 goes on, Saturn is back into Scorpio. 1984, same story. And now we get Pluto going retrograde here. But Saturn is still in Scorpio. Saturn's still in Scorpio. No, now Pluto is in Scorpio too. So not only we got Saturn, the seriousness in Scorpio, but we get the ruler. Total ruler, the destroyer of destruction. Destroyer of the destroyers. Pluto in Scorpio. Going in for a long time. Because even it goes forward here, even as it retrogrades, we still have Saturn here in Scorpio, and Pluto is not even gonna get out of. No, it went direct at 2 degrees Scorpio, so it's in for at least 10 years. Pluto in Scorpio. All those destroyers, all those people, all destroyers of destroyers. Can we trust them? Can we trust them? Too fast here. 1994. 1995. Pluto gets out of Scorpio into Sagittarius on January 18th, 1995. No more Scorpio in the air. January 18th, 1995. How long will that last? Got 1 moon in Scorpio here. 2. 3. 4. Ding. 4 moons, because Pluto retrograded back into Scorpio. So April 21st, April 21st, 1995, there were 4 moons. Alright, now Pluto, his last strokes and ruling the Scorpio. Look. Went too far. Still in Scorpio here. Still in Scorpio. Gets out into Sagittarius here. But that's during the Scorpio season. Sun is in Scorpio here. Up until November 23rd. The Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto in Sagittarius. Shoot! That's probably their favorite word. Shoot! They're shooting forward. They're probably not even there as you speak to them. November 23rd. November 23rd, 1995 is a glorious day where the 42 years of Scorpio dominance ended on November 23rd, 1995. Of course, Jupiter goes through Scorpio 1 year every 12 years, and Saturn 2.5 years every 29 years, and the Moon goes 2.5 days like we saw every month, and Mars, depending if it has to retrograde in Scorpio, it might take longer, but usually takes about a month to go through a sign, and so forth. So all the people born after November 23rd, 1995 are probably much easier to trust than all the people that are older than that, up to 68 some years old. Except for those periods of grace we got here. 1 period, 2 period. Here, not too sure because there's the North Node in Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 periods of grace. I think it is. But if I look at my notes here, I skipped one. Let's go right back to this one. Just because I know I did that ahead of time, I know. So November 23rd, 1981. Sorry. Well. So November 23rd, 1981. Let's look at that real quick. November 1981. On the 23rd, see, as the sun exited Scorpio to get into Sagittarius, for one day there was no Scorpio. Okay? But you got the moon here. Smeared the shit all over these days. And then we got one more day here. On the 27th. So the 23rd and the 27th of November 1981, those 2 days there was a small grace before Jupiter got into Scorpio. We have a lot of fun into Scorpio. So November 23rd and 27th. Anyway. You know it. I told you. You saw it. Don't have to write it down, make a mess. So we got 14 periods of grace. And thank God it's over. But we're stuck with all these adults now that are supposed to make decisions with that scorpionic tendency. But one day they'll all die and we'll recycle the world. But it's not mine to judge. I'm sorry, I'm a Leo with Jupiter in Aquarius. And most of my first house is in Scorpio. But my ascendant is in Libra. The very end of Libra. Anyway, see you later. Aloha.